Okay, first of all, how cute is my little Nemo baby? My little Nemo baby. My baby. He's such a purr monster. I absolutely love it. Look at his cute little face. Look at his cute little face. He's getting so big. I gotta run, mommy. Oh, no, I need to shake the entire table. That is a tripod. Cool. All right, so I did cut my hair. Yeah, it's a little wild right now because I slipped on it a little funky, but I did cut my hair. So first update, so I got a haircut and I did it myself. The other update is that Wally, so Mars previously, went to his forever home on Sunday. I'm so happy for him. Again, it's people we know who, when they go on vacation, they're actually gonna bring him home here, and so he gets to visit his siblings. We get to watch him grow up, so it's just gonna be really fun and exciting. I am very tired. I have been working to finish a class. I signed up for 3 credits last fall, had to take it as an incomplete because my brain fog has been so horrible, and the class was primarily reading. And my brain fog has been even worse since the anesthesia from my wisdom tooth surgery the end of December. But I am pretty much going into the fight or flight a little bit to try to finish this class because I have to read articles and then I have to write the final paper. And so I'm really grateful for my professor, Ryan. He's actually my mentor, Ryan, who has been my mentor for, I don't know, at least 4 years now. And so he's known me through like my whole health journey. So he's been incredibly, incredibly gracious with my horrible brain fog and trying to finish his class. But I have until February 6th, so fingers crossed I can do it. I was talking with my dad on Monday and he's like, I don't think you can do it. And I was like, I don't think I can either. But then I made a little bit of progress yesterday because I think I got in the fight or flight a little bit, and my mentor today was like, I think you can do this. He said, I think you're further along than you think you are. So fingers crossed I can finish this. The exciting update is that Aurora has been getting along with the kittens. She, at least, when I say getting along, she's not trying to kill them. Which she does try to do with Baby and then our really old feral cat Joy. And I think the problem is that Baby and Joy run from her and her predatory instincts kick in and she tries to eat them. No, she just attacks them. And the kittens are completely like brave and run up to her and like kiss her nose, and she's getting a lot better. Sometimes it's like 3 or 5 seconds before she hisses at them. That's progress. So we're moving along with that. But today, what I really wanted to talk about was the vlog that I keep like telling you all. I had these updates from seeing a cardiologist the end of December, I think it was. And that appointment like really changes kind of everything. And I've been talking about it for a while, and I'm not sure how best to say it because it's hard to talk about and it's tough, it's difficult, yada yada yada. And then just so much has gone on. I mean, you've all seen the vlogs where I was dealing with my Fembry, like suicidal thoughts. If you haven't watched that vlog, that was a really, really hard vlog for me to record. As you can see, that's probably the most I've ever cried in a vlog. I don't really cry in vlogs much. In the past 6 months I have, but before that I haven't really. And literally recording it, I'm sitting there crying a lot, and then editing it, I'm just crying editing it. It's really, really hard to vlog and edit, and the whole process was really difficult. Yeah, that was a rough one, I'm not gonna lie. Usually as I'm editing, I'm kind of pretending, I'm not even pretending, I just edit as if the person I'm editing is someone else, and I just do my editor hat on and edit it, and I couldn't, like, it was so painful to watch as I'm editing that I was just crying. So that was rough. So there's just been a lot going on, and then I've been trying to finish this class and everything. So finally sitting down here to tell you what happened at that cardiologist appointment. So I had never seen this cardiologist before, and my endometriosis doctor recommended I see him because she suspected that I have POTS, because I have most of the symptoms of POTS. I mean, there's like a crazy number of symptoms that you can have with POTS, but I have a lot of the symptoms. When I stand up, I get dizzy. I've almost fainted several times. So that's a big one. I'll crave salt a lot. I have so many symptoms on a day-to-day basis that I have a lot of the symptoms of POTS. All right, I Googled the symptoms because we've talked about how bad my brain fog is and my memory. Fatigue is a huge one, inability to exercise, nausea, you know, your vision going blurry and like almost fainting when you stand up. Also, like I can't stand for long periods of time. I feel really sick when I'm standing, and that's a huge like POTS thing. Also, brain fog is another huge one, and I've been talking so much about my horrible brain fog. I've also been shaking a lot recently, like my hand will just kind of be shaking, and I don't know what that's about. Excessive sweating. So my dysautonomia symptoms since the COVID vaccine that I got in January 2022, so 2 years ago, I've just had huge trunk sweating. That's like uncontrollable if I'm having a conversation even, and then any exercise beyond just having a conversation will make me sweat even more. So that sucks. I have chest pain. I have headaches. I have bloating. I have discoloration of my hands and feet if they're lower than like the level of my heart. I have disrupted sleep. Yeah, so I pretty much have like most of the symptoms of POTS, but he was like, I don't think you have POTS. He kind of did a modified tilt table test where, you know, I was like lying down and he was watching my heart rate, and then I stood up and he was watching my heart rate. He was just like, I don't think you have POTS, but he was like, I think you do have dysautonomia from the COVID vaccine. And he said what I would recommend is just drink more water and increase your salt intake. That's what you tell someone who has POTS. But he also said like everyone your age feels dizzy when they stand up. And I was like, really? Because the only people I know my age who feel dizzy when they stand up, they have POTS. So that was weird. There were definitely some weird things that he was saying, but he basically said, like, I know other people who have had dysautonomia from the COVID vaccine, and he said like there is no cure right now. Maybe in the future there will be, but that's true for everything, right? He said there is no way to manage your symptoms other than just increasing your water intake and increasing your salt intake. He said he didn't think that any medication would help me, and he just said like basically learn how to live with your symptoms, and there's no way to help them. And so basically he gave me a permanent disability diagnosis because my dysautonomia symptoms, including the fatigue and the brain fog, got a lot worse since the COVID vaccine. And all my symptoms after the COVID vaccine started like 2 or 3 days after. So it was very much like I got the vaccine, I think on a Friday, and then that Monday I started having chest pain, chest pressure, labored breathing, and then the fatigue has gotten progressively worse and worse, and so has the brain fog since that time. So that sucked for so many reasons, hearing that there is nothing that can be done. And that was kind of what I have gotten from seeing so many specialists over the last like year, is that they keep trying me on new meds or new supplements or new treatment plans, including changing all of my food, right? Like they've tried all this stuff and it's just made my symptoms worse and given me new side effects, new symptoms. I'm so sensitive to even supplements that trying new things was just so bad on my body. And so on one hand, it was a relief to hear him say like there's nothing that can be done. And so based on that, I've kind of decided like I'm pursuing endometriosis treatment because that's kind of separate, and we don't know what of my symptoms could be from endometriosis. So far on the treatments, I haven't noticed any difference other than my monthly pain cycles that started the end of May of last year, where I was just having debilitating pain every 4 weeks on the dot, which was probably ovulation. And then, you know, I'm on a med now for that, so it stopped that. but I haven't had any of my other debilitating symptoms improve at all. And most of them are like the dysautonomia, which includes like the fatigue, the brain fog. Those are my two biggest debilitating symptoms, are the fatigue and the brain fog. And so kind of hearing from him like there's nothing that can be done was almost a relief, because in high school, I was on treatment from the age of 14 until I was about 21, because I had to do high school over 5 years instead of 4 because of how sick I was. And I went for treatment for years for Lyme disease and for co-infections, and I tried acupuncture, I tried homeopathy, I tried really heavy drugs where my PCP was like, you're basically on a chemo treatment of drugs, and this is really hard on your body. And so I tried everything, and basically before I went to the University of Delaware, so actually it was until I was 19 or 20, I decided to take a gap year. So I took a gap year. I went off all of the meds and all of the supplements and everything that they had tried, because nothing was helping. It was the same situation I'm in now. It felt like nothing was helping my symptoms, and it was just creating more problems with all the side effects. So I went off everything, and I was like, I just want to know what symptoms I have that are not based on any of the meds, which unfortunately some of the meds I think have caused long-term permanent damage. So I have all these stomach issues now that I think were caused from them. So I just wanted to know and kind of stabilize before I even thought of trying anything else. And so it's kind of reached this point where I'm trying endometriosis treatment and stuff, and I guess the update on that is that we will be trying injections next. Instead of the Myfembree, which was really bad for me, we're gonna be trying injections. So stay tuned on that. I'll have a lot more information like further on, but I'm obviously still trying to get treatment for my endometriosis. But everything else is not responding to anything, any treatments. And this cardiologist said, I don't think it will. And you just kind of need to learn to like live with your symptoms and manage them. That was kind of a relief, because I would like to just become stable and not have constant new side effects from all these new meds or these new supplements or these new other fill in the blank treatments or diets that we're trying. And so we'll see. Taking a medical leave of absence this spring from school because there's no way I can do classes. And I'm just gonna try to like even out and hopefully just not have all these new side effects. But I mean, I'm completely debilitated, and my parents are my caregivers. And so I can't take care of myself. I can change my own clothes and like bathe on my own, but my parents are doing all the laundry. They are feeding me. A lot of times I'll wake up in the morning and I'll get dressed, and that's it for me for the day. I physically can't even gather food for myself that's not even made, but just like go up to get it or refill my water bottle. Oh my gosh, Aurora. Or yeah, like do anything. And so I'm just completely debilitated, and I basically received a permanent disability diagnosis that this will just continue. And so, I mean, I've basically taken a month to like come to terms with that. But like I said, a lot of it was almost a relief to not have to keep trying these things that aren't even working, and to just kind of make a decision to just try to stable out. And when I say stable, I mean, I'm also having new symptoms all the time that aren't necessarily from a med, but I would like to know the difference, right? So that's been a lot. It's a lot to process. I'm still processing, but that was kind of the really big life-changing news, is there's like nothing that can be done. And I've had these debilitating symptoms for more than 2 years now, but I've really been sick for more than 11 years, since I was 14, and my symptoms have just been kind of progressively getting worse. It's been up and down during that time, but since the COVID vaccine, everything has just become debilitating. So it's been sucky. I don't know if I really verbalized well, because I still don't really know how to like tell people this or how to say this, because I'm still processing. But this is the big announcement. This is the big news that really affects everything. That's why I had to fully give up Upcycle, because there was just like no hope of me being able to come back. And so I'm just starting to try to like learn how to live with a much lower quality of life, unfortunately, but try to find contentment and fulfillment in the little things, like in my cats and just in living, not thriving, but just living right now, just surviving. So the cats are kind of out of control right now because it's almost 5, it's 10 till 5, and so it's dinner time. So I need to stop recording because they're crazy and I need to go edit this anyway. But yeah, that's the update, that's the news. So yeah, I have a lot of kind of other updates like the injection stuff and all of that treatment stuff, and what is going to be happening with all of that coming soon. But that is the big news that I got the end of December. So hope you all are staying warm. I've been really enjoying the snow we've had. It's been beautiful, and I will talk to you all soon.